This is Boxing Tickets NA in association with SB Sports Chaco. We're here at Glean. The big man's just been after a tough colour session with the lads in the gym. They're all giving you a bit of abuse, saying they obviously battered you and everything else. But great to get a good catch up with you, Paddy. How's things?
Yeah, it's been a while. Things are good. I've been training away, keeping fit. My family life's very good and my work life's very good. So outside of not getting the fight, my life's good.
Obviously, since we last spoke, you obviously had your third child. You're doing what you do best, sort of in the ring. Obviously, your last time out in Ulster Hall, second round stoppage win over Ciso Neves. Remember the 5th of November, as they say. But obviously, becoming a father for the third time in things since. You're sort of just tuning away. I know obviously you've been trying to get a few fights sort of on the table. Obviously, one of them being Rocky Fielding. And obviously we've name dropped you over the weekend, Eddie Hearn for Jack Cullen. But I guess the thing for you now is you just want to get back in the ring and start fighting again.
Yeah. So the main thing at the minute is just get the fight. Whether it be Fielding, Cullen, or just getting in the ring again. It's coming 6 months. I had a good finish the last year. I fought at the fella I beat at the end of version, and then I fought at Ulster Hall. I was going to be an event. And I put on a great show as well. So I just want to keep going. I just want to keep moving forward. And it's slightly frustrating, but I know there's plenty more in the same position as me.
Obviously for you it's a wee bit different because you're obviously a wee bit older than some of the rest. I'm obviously not saying you're over the hill, but obviously time really sometimes isn't on your side. But you've sort of ticked every box you sort of need to do. You're sort of, every time you're given a step up, you come through it in flying colours. You've been called a hammer for obviously quite a long period of time, and obviously it's clearly seen both hands that you just knock anybody out. Is it probably one of them ones where it's probably now getting to the stage where you sort of have to start calling people out because fights just don't seem to materialise? I know Jamie wanted to do a card on the 23rd of April, but obviously because Tyson Fury and Dillian White obviously can't go ahead because Top Ranks broadcasting's elsewhere. But I know Jamie's been sort of trying to get shows in Belfast, but it's sort of getting to the stage where you're probably going to have to go on the likes of a Matchroom or a Queensbury show as the away fighter and sort of upset the odds again.
Yeah, no. This is why I'm in the gym now. I want to be ready if I get a 4 weeks notice. So I've been in the gym and I'm taking over. I'm doing 8 to 10 sessions a week, so I'm keeping fit. There's 2 fighters fighting next month, and I put my name forward for both of them now. I'm more than happy to fight either one of them. I know my name's been mentioned the Demons. I don't know the reasons why. Maybe they think that I'm not a big enough name yet. But I can't do anymore. I'm ranked in the world. I'm top 50 in the world on backtrack. I don't know, some of these fighters, one's coming off a loss, and then there's one that's looking to fight for big titles. Mm-hmm. So why would you not want to fight me, who's ranked a place below, in the world rankings? I don't know, it's frustrating, but listen, it's business as well, and I understand that they may have different plans, so it is what it is.
I guess it's go back to that old theory that obviously you're too high of a risk for obviously the reward that they're going to get, but at the same time, and obviously looking at boxing terms, you can't get opportunities unless someone's going to give you an opportunity. It is a fight game, is obviously it comes down to the fact that they're scared to lose. At the end of the day, you put the gloves on, anything can sort of happen in boxing. As you obviously mentioned, Rocky Fielding's 8, you're 9th, I think, in the WBA. 7 and 8. So it's sort of one of them where it could be seen as an eliminator in some way where it actually has benefit. Obviously the Jack Cullen one, he's coming off of a defeat. It's in Manchester. Tommy McCarthy's in the card. Eddie's just done 4 Irish fighters in one card. So if he wants to keep that Irish appeal going, it makes sense to put you in there with Jack.
Yeah, I think both fights make sense in a way, but I'm the one that's asking for the opportunity. So it's totally up to the Evans. As long as they give me enough notice and don't come extremely late, I'm more than happy to take them.
It's one of them, I think probably over the last year, Daniel Scardina, David Lemieux, obviously Rocky Fielding and Jack Cullen, you're obviously calling out for obviously fights that you want, because you want you obviously want to test yourself to the limit. You obviously want to go and keep this obviously great run you have going, and get to the promised land of where you want to be in the sport. But I guess sometimes, unless it makes some sense, the promoters and TV deals and things like that, the fights just don't seem to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's because these fighters don't want to fight me. I just think that they want a different route. At the end of the day, we're all fighters, and I think any man will fight anyone. But for some reason, the fights don't seem to happen. I know the David Lemieux one. Then I was only 9-0, but I've been on and had 3 very good wins from then. The other one, it wasn't much. I don't know much about it, but I know my name was put forward. It didn't happen. And then the Fielding and the Cullen fights, I know have been spoke about even before now, and they haven't materialised. So, all I want to do is get back in the ring, in a amenable fight, a fight that means something. So if I can't get on a show next month, I hope we can get a show in Belfast. I love fighting in Belfast, and I think I'm at the stage now where I can top a bill now.
Mm-hmm. I think the talk is it potentially maybe the start of May there maybe going to be potentially another Belfast show. Is it sort of one of them where if the Cullen or Fielding fights don't come off, you can obviously maybe headline or obviously co-headline or whatever, and then potentially obviously I'm not sure what's going to happen with obviously the field this year with obviously Mick getting beat, and obviously whether that will still go ahead. But I guess then you can sort of look at the field as get yourself a big fight like the likes of Luke Keeler got. He got Luis Arias in 2019, and obviously them on the world title. Is it sort of, I guess it's trying not to dishearten yourself and stay positive when just things aren't just happening at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I put loads of stuff off this year, hoping to get out March, get out in April, and now it's looking like it's not going to happen. So yes, it's chase christenings and anniversaries and stuff. It's wee silly things and things that will happen again, but again, it's I'm 33 and put my life on hold, but it's because I just want to put myself in the best, in the best place to to be able to take full advantage of any opportunity.
And that's a sacrifice, I guess, sometimes you make as a boxer. You obviously want to, get the fights whenever you can. You don't want to be sort of going, well here it's an anniversary or something like that, I'll not take the fight. You need to take the opportunities where they're there. Obviously, thinking back on obviously last weekend, it was a great, probably I'd say it was nearly a perfect weekend for Irish boxing. You had obviously Thomas Carty, Kevin Adyarko, and obviously Gary Cully with big wins. But obviously looking at Mick, I know it's like anything in the sport. Sometimes when someone loses, they sort of get ridiculed and everything else. What did you make of the performance? I'm still sort of scratching my head on how you get beat, But I guess that's boxing, one punch can land. And as you know, obviously you've been probably the one that's given them out more than anything and stopping people. But obviously a bitter pill probably for Mick to swallow, but probably a lot of pride as well.
Yeah, so first off, you had the 3 young lads who I think can put Irish boxing in a serious, a strong place, massive performances. And then Mick, I kind of felt sick for about 40-45 minutes after, just knowing that Mick has a young family there as well, and I put myself in his position, and because I didn't know if he was seriously hurt or not, and the way he fell out of the ring, I found it it wasn't nice to see. I fought on 3 of Mick's cards, and he's a superstar, and I thought he was amazing the other night. It's just his skill level is just insane, and unfortunately he just got caught with a big shot in the end. But Irish boxing needs people like Mick Cullen, who's a superstar in the sport. People like me need him to bring big shows and to bring big TV to Belfast. So, given that he's all well, I hope to get sent back for the fella. I've buzzed off the fella the last 2 years or 2 times anyway.
3, yeah.
I buzzed off them and they've been amazing. So I just hope that he's back at it again. And I think he's going to go on to win a world title at 122 or 126 or even both.
I think the general consensus is 122 doesn't seem as if it's possible now, but I guess the feeling probably some respects can probably, given that arm around the shoulder sort of moment in front of all his fans again, and sort of try the rebuild process, probably 1 or 2 fights, and then probably try and get a world title again. But I guess in some ways, you can't get into water without getting wet, and it's probably one of them freak things. Like I think Lee Wood's last 2 fights, Kanzu and McCollum, he stopped them both in the 12th round. So I guess it shows that no matter what the scorecards read, if you can stop someone, that's the name of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, like Wood's been very impressive, even at the way he's come back. He's about the same age as me, I think. But he came back from getting beat by Jazz Dickens. I was actually there. And now he's champion of the world, and he's probably on the verge of fighting the winner of Kiko Martinez and Joyce Warrington, which is massive. Like, he'll probably secure his life. I would love Mick to get the jump in a game with him, but for Wood, it probably doesn't make sense. And he's going to move on. Listen, I think I'm on the verge of 2 or 3 big wins, on the verge of getting a massive fight, but I got to get the opportunities.
It's one of them, obviously, with Canelo being undisputed at 168 as well. It's one of them where if he decides to vacate belts and things like that, you could be 1 or 2 fights away from, probably where you'd never have thought you would maybe potentially fight for a world title, but who knows what's around the corner. I guess it's one of them. It's unless someone gives you the opportunity to test yourself at a higher level, it's going to be hard to get. I guess you could go 1 or 2 fights, probably much within the WBA rankings, and put yourself in position there as well. What would you probably say? I know you don't like to call people out, but what would you sort of like to say to the likes of Propellum and probably Eddie Hearn and Matchroom? I know obviously matching you up with Jack and obviously Rocky Fielding. I guess Eddie said to us the other day that obviously he likes matching Irish and Mexicans up, but obviously as fighters. What would you say to them, obviously, just so they can get you this opportunity?
I'm Irish, I'm handsome, I punch hard, and I put on a show. Just give me a chance.
And I guess that's all anybody wants. But look, obviously, thank you very much for your time. We know you're just after a training session. Obviously, it's going and refueling now, and probably getting ready for probably working the rest of the day in the gym as well.
Yeah, good work. Yeah.
Has to be done. Well, listen, thanks very much for your time, Paddy, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Cheers, thank you.